And Ashley, they don't, you could be a shit, dirty, get in that mud with all the pigs. They don't care. Go for it, David. You can't break the fourth wall. You can't talk about like producer manipulation and like the producers. They really want the people that think that there's no producers and there's no cameras and this is the real world. And you call people and they pick up on speakerphone when you call, and they want all of that to remain there for the most part. And so that's their hot button. So to your point, right, that's probably why they're not calling me, because I'm not really.
No, they love it. I think they love it. I mean, it's obviously, I mean, I feel like they set that precedent, right, with how many housewives talk shit about Andy and then are still friends with Andy. It's like the amount of people that shade Andy. I mean, like Nene Lee, I don't even know what the status is. If Nene is suing, is she still suing Bravo or no?
No, but I think the rumor was that like that Nene's ready to come. Like I think Nene's on the.
There you go.
She's on the do not call list. I really believe that, but I don't believe that's because she's. Well, I think that's. I listen. I'm kind of like Andy in that sense. Like I think Andy feels like, and I think he's almost said this, like I will do what is best for the show. Period. The end. Like. I have on Housewives I don't like, and I've even had at least one housewife that I know hates me. And she came on with her tail between her legs when she needed to. And we had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. Loved the fuck out of her. She loved the fuck out of me. It was so great. Haven't heard from her since. She never reposted. I'm like, I'm okay with that. That's almost like the best situation. It's like, you don't like me so much, but when you have to promote something, you know you got to go on behind the velvet rope. That is a compliment. That's right.
That's it. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. There was no attitude when she came on. She was wonderful. And I loved her. I was like, I fucking love you. I take back everything I said. I mean, I said this to myself, but I don't hate this person anymore. I loved her so much, but never acknowledges my existence. I'm like, I think she still fucking hates me. And that's okay. It's like, as long as you come back on. So I think Andy has said that too, that like, he'll do what's best for the show. I mean, look, Bethany's trashed him. They would take Bethany back.
Everyone. Don't you think even Carol Rad as well? I mean, I think if Carol does not want to come back, she doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the fame. She doesn't want any of it. But I mean, Carol was so good, and she's trashed Bravo and Andy on your show. I mean, I think they would take, I honestly think that Andy, with some conversation, I think Nene would come back. I think he would take her back.
I'm not convinced. Yeah, that Nene wouldn't come back. I just think with Nene, it's like, when lawsuits are involved is when it's a whole different category. Mind you, they took Danielle Staub back and there were lawsuits involved there too. And Danielle's very litigious and just unhinged and like, so, but I do also think we're in a different world now where they don't want your housewives to be unhinged. Like I truly do think Bravo and production are happy that there's no more Mary Cosby. I loved Mary Cosby. I think she will go down as one of the classic housewives. I think she is authentic. Yeah, I think there's a lot of skeletons there. And I think the whole getting people to buy you Gucci and Balenciaga and Balmain when
in the name of God. Yeah.
You have an issue when it involves the church, Sarah.
I do. Look, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a Catholic, and Lord knows, God, they've done a bunch of shit, I mean, I think that is one of the lowest crimes. It's just one of the worst, not that she's a crook, but I'm just saying it's just when you prey on people when it comes to religion, because we all don't know what's going to happen, right? When we pass away, right? And people, this idea of tithing with the church in order to get to heaven, it's like, that to me is the lowest of the low, because everybody from all different economic backgrounds and all different educations, many people believe in a higher power. And for you to take advantage of that, or to even say, oh, you could buy me something, or why didn't you all send me a birthday card? When you're supposed to be helping people grow their spiritual base is, I have a real issue with that. It's a personal problem, I guess.
No, I agree. Listen, I think that there are a handful of people out there that are good people and just do good work. But I do believe that 99% of everyone, including organized religion, comes down to money. And that's why I personally think organized religion is a crock of shit. I mean, I'm not taking away anyone's beliefs, but when it gets into like, oh, now they want money and this and that, it's like, I don't buy it. So I'm not saying that I understand all the criticism against Mary, don't get me wrong, but I loved Mary as a housewife. I did, but I truly do think we're in a different time now where like Bravo would never have taken Danielle's job back if it were now. And I think Danielle returning and using force on Margaret, I think Bronwyn has a huge thing to do with this. I think they don't want really unhinged. I think it's why Sonia is losing her job. It's like the drinking with Sonia. It's like, I don't think Bravo wants real dark problems. So I really think it's like Bronwyn has a lot to do with this. It just got so uncomfortable with all these things. And you're just like, this person is just like, will do anything for fame. It doesn't feel right. And I think Danielle came back when they knew she was literally insane and she uses force on Margaret. And then, right, I think they're thrilled Mary's not there. Mary's in that category of like, when Mary was moving around, like the jackal that she is, like the zebra, the gazelle, you didn't know where she was going. Like you just felt at times uncomfortable, like that Mary was just gonna explode, not with drama. I mean, Meredith can explode. Lisa could, you felt like something is really just going to go awry here. And this is going to be like a bomb going off. I don't think they want that. I don't. So I think there are no problem with Mary not showing up for the reunion. Yeah, they would have liked to have had closure, but I'm not so sure they care that she's gone. Actually, let me rephrase that. I can almost say that they're happy that she's not there. It's the best thing that's happened. They didn't have to deal with firing her.
Wow. I think you're right. I think that's a great inside take. And I think you're right.
Right. So so I'm not sure, but I do agree that I'm not sure Nene's, and listen, I don't think Carol's coming back, but it's not because of all the shit she said on my show or in general about Andy. I just don't think Carol's on brand for where Housewives is and is going in New York, but I love Carol and I think she's one of the greats, and she was my absolute favorite interview. You can listen to the top 10 on Patreon. She was literally my #1 best interview of last year. I loved Carol. I fucking loved her. I love her. I had brunch with her. I loved everything about Carol. Really.
Carol to me just is like real money, old money. Just such class, gorgeous, she's all of probably 5'4", right? And just like, 100 pounds soaking wet, of course, something will never be. And just like, style fucking icon, and could just, American royalty, Kennedy family. I mean, I love as a white trash girl from Maine. I love it. She just,
love it.
I mean, I love Nene too. I mean, Nene to me represents, just such this aspirational bitch, like just this, like, say it like you mean it, real. I love Nene. I want Nene to come back.